Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at knottylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel, Naughty Love Movement. It's your host, Nikki. Bring you the latest and trending topics, and I blog my life. I hope everybody is feeling okay and having a great start to their day. I know I am. I had a great night's sleep, had a good morning routine, and now I'm here with the tea. All right. So before we get into it, please make sure you're hitting that like button as you're loading up in the room. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I really would appreciate it. Share my content on your different social media platforms and support the channel. Donations are definitely appreciated. And all these things help us to grow. All these things help YouTube to recognize that we're here. And please make sure you're subscribing to my backup channel. We're trying to get monetized over there. You know, girl always got to have a plan, a backup plan, okay? So today we're getting into some trending topics. We got Al Reynolds dragging me along. Like, what the heck? Mind your business, okay? We got Sweet Tea calling out Carlos King, okay? She haven't had enough of this internet beating, all right? Then also House Representative Jasmine Crockett. I apologize if I'm saying her name wrong. She is calling out the Republicans in the House, okay? Like, people are not holding their tongue anymore, and they're calling out the foolery. All right. And we're going to be here for it, Naughty Crew. I'm going to go ahead and drop this intro and give people a chance to load up in the room, and we're going to come back and dive right in. See you soon. Hey, Juice, my love. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed Jamaica. That's like one of my favorite vacation spots. I hope to get there this year. Because I just really miss the culture. I really love the people there, and they just live off the land, and it's just natural. And I could go on and on about Jamaica. But welcome back, Queen. Welcome back, and welcome all my people hanging in the bushes. All right, we're going to get into trending topics today. Make sure you go over to Juice Radio and Talk Show and subscribe, because they have some great topics. Not only do they have Bible study, prayer circle, also they do trending topics. They do a little bit of reality TV, and also they have a segment where they calling out all these false prophets in the church. Okay, so Juice Radio and Talk Show is nothing to play with. So they're definitely good content creators over there. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in, Naughty Crew. I'm not even going to hold you. And the number one story I'm going to get into is Jasmine Crockett calling out these Republicans and their foolery. All right. Um, we had, I mean, women are speaking out in the Senate. All right. Even in the Jeffrey Epstein with the whole list, that was a woman. I can't remember her name. I think her name was Margaret something. I can't remember. Don't get me to lying, not a crew. But the women are speaking up. They no longer are being overruled by this patriarchy in the Senate. All right. No, I love Jamaica. I've been a few times, Juice. Like, that's my favorite vacation spot. So I knew exactly what you meant when you went on live and you were talking about the culture and everything. And let me tell you, every time I came back, I cried like a baby. All right, because I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave. And I'm throwing it in the universe. One day I'm gonna own lands in Jamaica. Okay. So let's get into these trending topics. I'm not even gonna hold you. Okay. Let's get into Jasmine Crockett first. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talks for capturing the full clip. All right, here we go.
Let me tell you why nobody wants to talk to y'all behind closed doors, because y'all lie. That's just the bottom line. You have done it thus far in this investigation. You have done it this far as it relates to this committee. And every single hearing, y'all spin. I don't know how y'all are still standing right now, because you should be quite dizzy from all the spinning that you're constantly doing when it comes to spinning the truth. You talk about free and fair elections, but you back a guy who we know tried to steal the election. And this isn't about what Democrats have to say. Let me remind you, for those of you that don't know how the justice system works, it's not a matter of the president went in and indicted Trump, but we are talking about grand juries. Grand juries are comprised of American citizens, and the people that have entered pleas of guilty that will be flipping on your leader in a minute, they are Republicans. I do want to point that out. And half of them were Republicans that were handpicked by Donald Trump himself. So to be clear, whatever happens to your little leader, it's going to be because of the actions that he took. So you can talk all you want to about how January 6th was nonsense, but all of y'all were running at that time. Y'all were grabbing y'all's gas masks and y'all were running to your offices because you didn't know if they were coming to kill you. You should have cared that somebody was there to protect you, but instead you want to play games because you found out that it was your leader that decided that he wanted to propagate an insurrection on our country. So don't tell me that you care about the Constitution, because you don't. All you care about is Trump getting reelected, and I'll yield the last of my time to my leader.
Thank you very much.
Let me tell you why nobody wants to talk.
Okay, they should be dizzy. But shout out to Jasmine Crockett for standing up to the foolery, because Jasmine...
Ever in life, I stand on business. You got me somewhere, I stand on business.
She stood on business. She stood on business, okay? And she had every right to call him out. I'm so tired of them gaslighting us. I'm so tired of them covering up Trump's crimes. But he's able to run around and run again. Don't get me wrong. She went in. Good morning, Shay. She absolutely went in, Juice. She went in. And these men in the White House need to hear it. They need to be called out on their stuff. Gone are the days where we're going to be quiet and look the other way because we're scared of being blackballed. I'm glad she had enough courage to call out the foolery. They are playing with our lives, America, so that they can stay in power, so that they can stay in control of the money. That's what it comes down to. That's what it all comes down to. I think she deserved a rerun. I'm gonna replay that because she did that. She did that professionally, and she called out the key factors. The women in the Senate are not playing.
To talk to y'all behind closed doors, because y'all lie. That's just the bottom line. You have done it thus far in this investigation. You have done it this far as it relates to this committee. And every single hearing, y'all spin. I don't know how y'all are still standing right now, because you should be quite dizzy from all the spinning that you're constantly doing when it comes to spinning the truth. You talk about free and fair elections, but you back a guy who we know tried to steal the election. And this isn't about what Democrats have to say. Let me remind you, for those of you that don't know how the justice system works, it's not a matter of the president went in and indicted Trump, but we are talking about grand juries. Grand juries are comprised of American citizens, and the people that have entered pleas of guilty that will be flipping on your leader in a minute, they are Republicans. I do want to point that out. And half of them were Republicans that were handpicked by Donald Trump himself. So to be clear, whatever happens to your little leader, it's going to be because of the actions that he took. So you can talk all you want to about how January 6th was nonsense, but all of y'all were running at that time. Y'all were grabbing y'all's gas masks and y'all were running to your offices because you didn't know if they were coming to kill you. You should have cared that somebody was there to protect you, but instead you want to play games because you found out that it was your leader that decided that he wanted to propagate an insurrection on our country. So don't tell me that you care about the Constitution, because you don't. All you care about is Trump getting reelected, and I'll yield the last of my time to my leader.
Thank you very much.
Let me tell you why nobody wants to talk to y'all behind closed doors, because y'all lie.
They lie. They liars. They are liars. Well, Naughty Crew, she kicked them a good one, okay? And I was here for it. They're a bunch of liars. Oh, you started downloading it? Yes, Lord, please protect her. But you know what, Juice? Yes, Juice. I don't know. I be coming across them on my feed and stuff like that. So let me know if you need help trying to figure it out or whatever. But let me tell you something. Jasmine stood on business. She read them in the riot act. And people need to start calling them out. And I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her for standing up. Because this is the voice of the American people. She expressed every bit of frustration in that statement. She stuck to the facts. She didn't get besides herself. She stayed professional, but she called them out. She called them out. She said, I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared. I appreciate her. I appreciate her, Naughty Crew. This was a long time coming, but they have let these Republican men run amok. Yeah, pay for her protection, seriously, because now we already know the cat's out the bag. She done opened up Pandora's box. And God forbid if you call out a man, especially a Republican man, in the White House. All right. So, yes, pray for her protection. But at the end of the day, she said what needed to be said. Because they playing games, not only with the American people, with our lives. She called them out for being liars. Liars. And they want to remain in power at our expense. Remember that. And then they want to talk about they for the people. They're not for the people. They for themselves. They for lining their pockets. Period. 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 Up next, I want to get into Al Reynolds. He done lost his ever-loving mind. She definitely went for the jugular. And I admire her courage. Seriously. And she did it in a public forum. So we're going to keep our eyes out. So if anything suspicious or crazy happens to us, we're going to be talking about it on the Naughty Love Movement. Okay? Anything happens to Jasmine Crockett, we're going to be
suspicious. That's weird.
Just like Kim Porter and Diddy. Okay? It's suspicious and weird. We're going to call it out just like she had the courage to call it out. We got to stand behind her. We have to stand behind her. Seriously. I love it. I love my Naughty Crew. Ooh, shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to my moderators. I appreciate everyone always believing in me and supporting me through this, because YouTube can be tough. All right. There's some tough cookies on YouTube. All right. So let's get into Al Reynolds next. All right. He felt the need to join the group chat on Nia Long and Emi Adoko's relationship or situationship at this point. Okay. And it's just like, leave her alone, Al. Leave her alone. Hasn't she been through enough public humiliation and everything? She was dealing with a narcissist. All right. Why do you feel the need to chime in? But we want to get into it, Naughty Crew. I want to hear what y'all feel about what he's saying. And it's just like, mind the business that pays you, sir. Mind the business that pays you. Here he is.
Public opinion, but it's my opinion. I would have stayed there and ate my food if I was Nia Long. This ain't the first time this man has cheated on her. And I promise you, if they stayed together, it wouldn't be the last. I think Nia Long got caught up into this feeling that happens to a lot of women that are very popular on social media and in pop culture. She let the lean in of everybody and the embarrassment of this public cheating get in between her and her relationship with her man. And that's where she, I think, could have made better decisions. She still loves that man. That son still loves his dad. I understand that this is a public stage that it happened on and that you should always, respect yourself first. But in this particular case, I feel like that this relationship would still be going on if it didn't happen on such a huge stage. And I don't care what anybody says. The favor of public opinion, but it's my opinion. I would have stayed there and ate my food if I was Nia Long. This ain't the first.
Whatever. So easily said coming from a cheater. Didn't he cheat on Star Jones? And I'm a firm believer. If you cheat on me, it's done. The relationship's done. I'm not taking myself through that torment. And this is coming from a person who's been cheated on and wrong. And I just feel like everybody, hey, Throw Game, everyone has the right to make their own choice in that situation. If a person feels like the relationship is worth saving, so be it. But I feel like Nia had to make the best choice for herself. I don't think she fed into the public at all. I mean, they were engaged. And once you cheat on a person, it's very hard to get that trust back. And maybe she wasn't up for doing the work. Now, if you ask me, Nia has showed her ex-partner a lot of grace. We went over the story where they settled child support. He was ordered to pay $56,000, but she showed him grace, and she is way better than me, child. Okay, and basically cut it by $20,000. All right. But I'm just saying, Al, why? I feel like everybody's relationship is tailored differently, and it's not like they were married. And maybe she felt like, you know what? I could find a partner that can be faithful to me. I'm not going to continue to waste my time. Period. Like, I'm so tired. Because I seen it when Krishan sat down with Cam Newton. He was trying to gaslight her into the same thinking. Oh, give him time. Forgive him. Wait for him to grow up. Look, how come y'all, if y'all not ready for a commitment, can't be men enough to say, hey, I'm not ready for a relationship. I want to go out and explore and end the relationship rather than breaking someone's heart. Why can't people be grown enough to say, hey, this is not the situation for me anymore. I see my eyes wandering. I want to kind of do me. Why should the woman bow down, lay down, and just take it? Y'all see how Remy being dragged for cheating on Papoose? And I'm going to get into her too. Because she on Mary J. Blige new single doing a feature. Well, I think it's disgusting that he would intrude on Nia Long's privacy like that. But Nia Long has responded. She said, some of us really do stand on loyalty and pure intentions. Amen, Nia. Amen. I know I stand on it. But how about this? How about you stand in your truth and walk in your truth and know if you're not ready for a relationship, don't get in one.
Ever in life, I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop
own business. If you're not in a situation where you're ready for a relationship, don't get into one. Be a grown person and realize the place you are in life, period. And even if you're in a relationship, if you decide to do something else, be courageous enough to say, hey, I want out. I'd rather with dealing with the heartbreak of a person telling me the truth than being hoodwinked, lied to, and deceived. Hey, Robbie Reeves, thank you for joining. That's right. But I like, Nia Long is a class act. I think she handled the situation in a very classy, grown, mature, adult way. And I think I feel like Nia Long didn't really invite us to the group chat on this. She, you know what I mean? She put it out there, what it was. She confirmed what it was, and she backed off. I don't understand why. Maybe Fox Soul is on their last legs and they missing Funky Dineva, so he had to be controversial. He had to be controversial because Funky Dineva is doing his numbers on his channel. Period. I can't. I just feel like it's an oxymoron, especially, and I'm not saying he's still a cheater current day, but didn't you cheat on Sergeant Jones with a man? I'm just saying, who are you? Who are you to come into this situation with your backhanded opinion? Go sit down, Al. Go sit down. That's all I got. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. But you know what? Nia handled it like a class act. Up next, I want to get into Married to Medicine, Sweet Tea. Okay, Sweet Tea has not gotten enough. Okay, it's not enough that her and Dr. Heavily are beefing. I mean, she has since apologized, but something's a little conniving about Sweet Tea to me. Okay, so I watched this last episode and I felt for her. When she went to the doctor, and come to find out, she had endometriosis. She's suffering with fibroids. And these are all like very painful situations to go through, and they all affect your fertility. But then I got to thinking. Now, when she slid into Dr. Gregory's DMs, she promised him children and that she was ready. All right. And so then I got to thinking. I'll tell you something. Like, she on this show acting like this is all new to her. No, this has been going on for a while. She knew about all these ailments. I feel like she knew that she was going to have difficulties getting pregnant. But she's trying to use it as a storyline, okay? Like, fibroids are no joke. I'm telling you, it's not a thing that just one day you just wake up and it just start happening. It develops over time. I think so too. And I'm feeling like Juice, Dr. G got a little hoodwinked here. I'm just saying, Juice. I just find it.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
I'm just telling you because I had my own fibroid journey. I've talked about it on the channel. Good morning, Michelle. I talked about it on the channel and things like that. And I suffered for a good 5 to 6 years with that. You understand? I think she kept it from Dr. G. Hey, Robin. It's all good, Robin. I think she hoodwinked Dr. G into marriage. And then, she saw that he was vulnerable and things like that. It's something a little manipulative and conniving now that I'm looking at her. I wish her the best. Woo! See? Robin is a fibroid survivor and a child. I'm a fibroid survivor. I know people in my knotty crew has suffered with fibroids. It's a thing, you know what I mean? And to have fibroids on top of endometriosis, painful. Okay, I'm talking double down, painful. But she's been going. I know another part of the fibroids and endometriosis, it makes you very emotional. it makes you very, very emotional. But when I was watching the show, I was just like, she lied to Dr. G. She knew about these issues. Ooh. Robin was a part of a clinical trial for fibroid embolization, which is a procedure to remove them. Oh, yeah, Juice. And see, mine came about when my kids was like preteen, early teens. Good morning, Scarlett. Thank you for joining. Okay, Michelle is a fibroid survivor. Juice, she is online with me. I feel like she hoodwinked Dr. G. Yes, yes. So exactly, this is an element that women battle with regularly, especially African American women. You know what I mean? And I just really feel like, although I feel for her and her journey, exactly, Jews, we learning that sweet tea ain't sweet at all. Okay. And I can tell by the way she was going back and forth with Dr. Heavenly. One thing about Dr. Heavenly, what you see is what you get. Dr. Heavenly not trying to put on and gaslight, and she want to tell you how she feels. Period. All right. But ultimately, she ended up um apologizing to Dr. Heavenly. I just happened, on the East Coast, Robin. The weather was a little shaky, so I was in the house, scanning, and I was like, let me just watch the episode. Okay. So now she is going for Carlos King in his show. And shout out to, I think it's the Jasmine. No, who was this? Neighborhood Talks. Here we go.
She mentions Carlos. She's responding to Carlos.
Shout out to DJ Richie Scott. I love him. He's so handsome.
Carlos at the Liz motherfucker. Irrelevant. He should tend to his own shows. I heard he's struggling over there.
So here's the part where she mentions Carlos. She's responding to Carlos.
Carlos at the Liz motherfucker. Irrelevant. He should tend to his own shows. I heard he's struggling over there.
So here's the part where she.
Okay, so we have talked about this, Naughty Crew, and why Carlos doesn't really focus on Love and Marriage Huntsville on his show. I just really feel like he is trying to create an Andy Cohen situation with the different interviews, and he's getting those interviews. Okay, he is getting those interviews. But we know Carlos shady. But maybe it's not much to talk about on Love and Marriage Huntsville. But who is Sweet Tea? Sweet Tea, darling, you new to this game, okay? He should tend to his own shows, but who is Sweet Tea to call him out? I mean, you just got into this, honey. You can't even take the heat of Dr. Heavenly, and you want to call for Carlos King. Thank you so much, Robin. She said, shout out to my content creator folks. I enjoy keeping up with what's happening through you. I think she's treading in dangerous waters too. But this also showed me her face, okay? Like, she got a little mean girl in her. So you just got out the beef with Dr. Heavenly, and now you going for the king. All right. So this person said, DJ Richie Scott said, pray for her. Oh, this person said Carlos can't be mad either. He been coming for her every week. This person said this was a major mistake. Oh, this person says, I mean, He has been going in on her since she aired. I like Carlos, but it was disgusting to hear him joke about her fertility issues. He dishes it to the girls, so he should be able to take it. All right, so it looks like a little divided, but I just think this is really showing us who Sweet Tea really is. She ain't so sweet. Sweet Tea is bitter tea, okay, with no sugar, no honey, no iced tea, okay? Ooh, Michelle said, why would she stand down to them and not say anything? Robin says she's manipulative. Okay, why would she not defend herself? I get it. I get it. Ooh, good point, Drew. She's so worried about the content that she's forgetting that she have a whole new husband. Okay, Michelle feel like she should defend herself. Like he's toddling. Robin says Carlos King reminds me of someone who has passed. He is in odd space. He hasn't ascended for or descended. He's just kind of like teeter tottering. Gotcha, gotcha. I agree with a lot of the point of views. Ooh, she's just accepting the bait. This makes me more. It makes me. Hey, Jayla. Good morning. It makes me more suspicious. Like, did she marry Dr. G for to get on the show for the clout, or is she in it really for love? And I, eh, I really believe, and this is my opinion, she went into this situation knowing about her fertility issues, and she dressed it up and presented it to Dr. G like she's able to reproduce without any quarrels, problems, or anything. Exactly. I just feel like it's about the fame, Robin. Whoop, Juice said, bingo, Robin. 100. Exactly. We're going to pray for Sweet Tea over here, okay? We're going to pray for her. Up next, I want to get into Remy Ma. Now, she is featured on Mary J. Blige's new single. All right. And her lyrics are very, very interesting. All right. As you all know, there's a lot of rumors going around that she cheated on Papoose. And we have not seen them together in a long time. They post separately. But Easy the Block Captain, who was a contestant on her rap battle show, has ran his mouth to the streets. He's another one that I feel like is a clout chaser. I feel like he knew she was married and he went for it anyway. Just like it was Remy's responsibility to stand up for her marriage. But her new lyrics are interesting, and I want to know what my naughty crew thinks. All right. So she's on a new Mary J. Blige single, and they make a great pair. I love the two of them.
Me no more. Before I share my bed, I sleep on floors. I told you, I'm a wife, I can't be your whore. We different prices, I don't go for what she go for.
Okay? Y'all heard those lyrics? Keep those keys. I'm changing all these locks. About to find a new ninja and give him all this box. Y'all heard her? Y'all think she playing in our face? You talking about Easy to Block. I think he needs to sit down. Oh, you talking about my recording yesterday, Robin, about Sunny from The View and how she felt about the state of politics? Yeah, I think Remy needs to sit down and go fix her marriage if she gonna fix it. Period. Oh, Michelle said, I do think she's playing in our face. Ooh, Robin said, man, making Papoose seem weak. I think Papoose is doing the best he could in this situation, and he's trying to respect the mother of his child. Yeah, you missed the chatter about Al Reynolds. All right. All right. So those of you who just joined, we got into Al Reynolds basically dragging Nia along and saying that she should have stayed and stuck it out with Ime Udoka. I'll go back to that story. And then we also got into Jasmine Crockett calling out the lying Republicans in the Senate. All right, so we'll get into Al Reynolds first. I'll do a rehash for you guys, and then we'll go from there. And then I'll drop the link. And if anybody wants to come up and sound off, you could.
The favor of public opinion, but it's my opinion. I would have stayed there and ate my food if I was Nia Long. This ain't the first time this man has cheated on her. And I promise you, if they stayed together, it wouldn't be the last. I think Nia Long got caught up into this feeling that happens to a lot of women that are very popular on social media and in pop culture. She let the lean in of everybody and the embarrassment of this public cheating get in between her and her relationship with her man. And that's where she, I think, could have made better decisions. She still loves that man. That son still loves his dad. I understand that this is a public stage that it happened on and that you should always, respect yourself first. But in this particular case, I feel like that this relationship would still be going on if it didn't happen on such a huge stage. And I don't care what anybody says.
Okay, at the end of the day, this is coming from a cheater. Of course, it's easy for you to say she should forgive. Okay, Robin has spoken. She said, if you listen to him, Al always misspeaks. He makes up words, but says them with such conviction. He makes people buy into his false sense of brilliance. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And I say, mind your business. I say, mind your business. But in good old classy Nia Long fashion, she
Ever in life, I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business. You drop me in your hood.
Okay, she stood on business with her response. She kept it classy, cute, and short. And I loved it. She said, some of us really do stand on loyalty and pure intentions. Exactly. Some of us still do. Woo! She said, I am cringed at the idea that Star married his ass. Okay, he also cheated on her. Woo! He rides the fence. He's a brown noser. Hey, APMG. Woo! APMG says the country needs an overhaul. Women need to run the country, the world. And speaking of women running the country, okay, we got into Jasmine Crockett. I think she deserved a replay because she did that. She read them Republicans the riot act. Shout out to the neighborhood talk for capturing a full clip. Okay, here we go.
Investigation
Wait, let me start her over because y'all need to catch.
Let me tell you why nobody wants to talk to y'all behind closed doors, because y'all lie. That's just the bottom line. You have done it thus far in this investigation. You have done it this far as it relates to this committee. And every single hearing, y'all spin. I don't know how y'all are still standing right now, because you should be quite dizzy from all the spinning that you're constantly doing when it comes to spinning the truth. You talk about free and fair elections, but you back a guy who we know tried to steal the election. And this isn't about what Democrats have to say. Let me remind you, for those of you that don't know how the justice system works, it's not a matter of the president went in and indicted Trump, but we are talking about grand juries. Grand juries are comprised of American citizens, and the people that have entered pleas of guilty that will be flipping on your leader in a minute, they are Republicans. I do want to point that out. And half of them were Republicans that were handpicked by Donald Trump himself. So to be clear, whatever happens to your little leader, it's going to be because of the actions that he took. So you can talk all you want to about how January 6th was nonsense, but all of y'all were running at that time. Y'all were grabbing y'all's gas masks and y'all were running to your offices because you didn't know if they were coming to kill you. You should have cared that somebody was there to protect you, but instead you want to play games because you found out that it was your leader that decided that he wanted to propagate an insurrection on our country. So don't tell me that you care about the Constitution, because you don't. All you care about is Trump getting reelected, and I'll yield the last of my time to my leader.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling out the fraud, the liars, the foolery. All they care about is their agenda, line their pockets, remaining in control, period. Yeah, I agree with what she said. Preach. All right, Naughty Crew. So there you have it. All right. Things the women in the Senate now, they speaking out. They calling these fools out. And I just think it's time for the mask to come off. I told y'all, Naughty Crew. Year of reveal and accountability. All right. And stand in your truth. Walk in your truth. And to be quite honest, people need to learn how to mind their business again. Seriously, especially when it comes to people's relationships. Mind your business. All right. You know, Nia and Emu or whatever his name, Udoko, they broke up a year ago, and now Al just want to come out and say something. You know, I felt like Nia Long handled herself gracefully in the situation. She was a class act through it all, and ultimately, it's her choice if she wants to remain in that situation. Period. It's nobody else's business, and I'm not standing by and being with somebody who cheats on me, who lies to me, who violates me. It's too many diseases out here to be playing with my life. Period. Period. Point blank. Period. So that's all I have for y'all, Naughty Crew, today. I hope y'all enjoyed these trending topics. Let's leave it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about Nia Long. Let me know what y'all think about Al Reynolds. Let me know what y'all think about Sweet Tea coming from Carlos King. All right. And let me know what y'all feel about the state of our politics today. All right. It's this a lot of uncertainty. A lot of uncertainty. And I just feel like we're very weak right now. And I feel like our enemies are waiting for this moment. Seriously. So please remember to hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that like button on the way out. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I appreciate every last one of you supporting me. I do. And to all my haters.
And I want to say thank you in case I don't thank you enough.
I thank y'all too. Y'all keep the wheels turning over here. I hope y'all have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. One. I can't find my button.